Jared Kushner, as a result of his work in the White House for his father-in-law, walked off with $2 billion of mostly Saudi money, and has now invested nearly $1.2 billion of it, has not yet made a penny in profit, but has been paid $112 million in fees by mostly Saudi Arabia, but a few other governments in the Middle East. And the question is this? Well, this is what the New York Times reported on Tuesday. Quote: "The private equity firm run by Jared Kushner, the son-in-law of former President Donald J. Trump, has been paid at least $112 million in fees since 2021 by Saudi Arabia and other foreign investors, even though as of July it had not yet returned any profits to the governments largely bankrolling the firm." And so my senator, Ron Wyden, our senator, one of America's senators, is wondering, and he's the chairman of the Senate Banking Committee, and he pays attention to this kind of stuff. And he's like, is this just a vehicle for foreign governments to put money in the Trump family pockets? I mean, $2 billion went into the pockets of the Trump family from Saudi Arabia. Trump is now involved in a $5 billion Trump hotel project in, I believe, Oman, in one of those Middle Eastern countries. I'm pretty sure it's Oman. I'd have to fact check me, please, on that. Why is nobody looking into this? Why hasn't there been, Michael, the fellow who called, I believe it was Michael, in the previous hour, who said that many black men in America are looking at the Democratic Party and going, well, you guys are basically wimps, so why should I vote for you? You're not fighting on my behalf. Why the Democrats control the Senate. Why have they not convened an investigation into this? If this is a money laundering scheme, or if this is a bribery scheme. I mean, they went after Menendez for taking money. They went after Eric Adams for taking money from Turkey. I think it was Turkey in both cases. They're both Democrats. Now, that was, the Department of Justice. That was Merrick Garland. Now, it's entirely possible the Department of Justice and the FBI are looking into Jared Kushner, and the odds are that he hasn't done anything illegal, taking money from a foreign government. It's just extraordinarily unethical to exploit your position in government. But inquiring minds want to know. Can you imagine if Hunter Biden took a couple $1 million over the course of 5 years, I believe it was, when he was on the board of Burisma, the Ukrainian energy firm, for being on that board. Let's say it was $5 million. I've heard different numbers over the years, 2 million, 3 million, 5 million is the top number I've heard. Let's say he took $5 million. And that was like a major news story for years. I mean, the Republicans were just pounding on it. Where is the conversation about what Jared Kushner's up to? It's, he was the son-in-law of the sitting president, and not when he got the money. I mean, that was shortly thereafter, but when he established these relationships. And keep in mind, when Donald Trump, or when Jared Kushner, went to the FBI and said, okay, give me a security clearance, the FBI said, no, they looked into him and they said, we can't give you a security clearance. You have too many, you're compromised by foreign governments. He had too many foreign entanglements to get a security clearance. So Donald Trump, as president, simply gave him one, said, that's, I'll overrule the experts here. What's going on with this? Inquiring minds want to know.